So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrzej Soklak. I'm Secretary General of Eurocities, and it's a great pleasure and honor for me to moderate this Living-in.EU Digital Assembly meeting 2024. I really thank the Committee of the Regions for hosting us for this important event, and we have several representatives of the Committee of the Regions that will take part in the discussions, of course. I think that it was a brilliant idea to hold this digital assembly within the framework of the European Weeks of Cities and Regions, and we can see it because the room is full of participants, and I think it's also because we are at a crucial moment. We are having the new European institutions that are currently being built, and more than ever, I think that it's important to underline the important role of local and regional authorities in all the different challenges that we face in Europe, and in particular, of course, in the digital transformation. And I think it will be a great opportunity this afternoon to highlight once again what cities and regions are doing in this field already, what they would like to do, what they expect from the next European Parliament, the next Commission, what is also already being done at the Committee of the Regions and in our Living in the EU movement. So I'm looking forward to a very interesting debate, and I want to thank all of you for being here, and in particular, of course, the different speakers, and we will have the opportunity to have an exciting debate, I'm sure to it. I will start by handing over the floor to have some welcome speeches by the two co-chairs of the Digital Assembly, two female politicians that are very much engaged in this field, and I'm happy to see you here. Mirja Vehkaperä is the chair of the Oulu City Board, and you have a very interesting perspective because you have been member of the Finnish Parliament, you have been member of the European Parliament, you are currently member of the Committee of the Region. And so you have really the whole view about the role of multi-level governance. So I will hand you over the floor to let us know why you thought that it is important to run for chair of the Digital Assembly, and what are your key expectations. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Chair. And ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be here and see you all here as well. You are warmly welcome to Living-in.EU Digital Assembly on behalf of my side, and greetings from Oulu city as well. Globally, Oulu is one of the largest city above the 65 degrees north, and we are fifth biggest city in Finland, and also 13th happiest country in the world. And Oulu is also impactful and international center of businesses, innovation, culture, and education in the European High North. We are happy to host the European Capital of Culture year 2026. You are warmly welcome to enjoy that year as well. As a priority city for digitalization, Oulu has 50 years of experience in radio technology. Every day, did you know also this fact, that every day close to 3 billion people globally use mobile technology developed in Oulu? You have on your hand something from Oulu every day. In our city, we have the pool of 25,000 ICT professionals, high-quality basic and applied researchers in the field in 1,000 ICT businesses. Oulu fosters innovation through a mix of academic excellencies, industry collaboration, and active citizen engagement. A lot of the much talked about 5G technology has been created actually in Oulu, and the visionaries in Oulu already have their eyes in the next wireless generation, and that's 6G. Oulu was the first city to sign the Joint Boost Sustain Declaration during the Finland's EU presidency in December 2019. We have acted as ambassadors for the movement since. Therefore, it was only natural for us to apply for the chairship. It has been a great honor to act in this role together with Mayor Lluïsa Moret Sabidó. In fact, Living-in-EU Declaration and Mission Statement published last year has been one of the guidelines when we updated our Smart City Oulu roadmap for 2024 to 2028. And there you can see smart city picture, what we are facing. More than 80 people from our urban development and innovation ecosystem participate a process to outline 100 steps towards smart Oulu. We recognized 7 priority areas of action and 5 cross-cutting themes, as showed in this slide. And Oulu wants to be a forerunner in a global digitalization and to create a new presence of citizens through digital means and tools and collaborative actions. And my last remark is that being the chair and active member in the Living-in-EU family makes it possible to lead the way and have a fruitful introduction between European cities and regions to answer the question how to boost the digital transition that contribute also green, social and economic transformation.
Thank you very much, dear co-chair of the Digital Assembly, for underlining also how this Living-in-EU movement helped you in your own strategy, even if you were already well advanced, of course, but it's interesting to see how you learned it, and also then to underline indeed that we collectively focus a lot on the social and the environmental dimension in addition to the economic and technological dimension, which is also, I think, one of the assets of regions and cities that have this transversal vision, I think, about digital transformation. You mentioned it, you are co-chairing this Digital Assembly together with another mayor from the south. We move from the north to the south, and I'm very happy to hand over to Lluïsa Moret Sabidó, who is both the mayor of Sant and also the president of the Barcelona Provincial Council. So you have also the experience of 2 different levels of governance, which I think is very interesting. So I pass the floor for you to say some welcoming words in Spanish, I think.
Thank you very much. Buenas tardes a todos y a todas. Para Sant Boi de Llobregat es un placer copresidir esta asamblea digital de Living-in-EU desde hace ya 2 años en el marco de Eurostic. Sant Boi de Llobregat es una ciudad del área metropolitana de Barcelona, muy comprometida desde hace décadas con la transición digital, aplicada a 2 de las estrategias más importantes que singularizan nuestra ciudad, que es la apuesta por la salud. Somos referentes especialmente en el ámbito de la salud mental, somos la ciudad del clúster de salud mental de Cataluña y también en todo lo que tiene referencia con la transición ecológica vinculada a la preservación de los entornos naturales en entornos En este aspecto siempre nos hemos centrado en una transformación digital que sitúe el centro del interés en el derecho digital. en poner el centro a las personas y no a las herramientas ni a los instrumentos digitales. Por lo tanto, hemos trabajado en proyectos que lo que hacen es garantizar una transformación y una transición digital inclusiva y justa para contrarrestar y desactivar las brechas digitales de todo tipo. Brechas digitales vinculadas al género, brechas digitales vinculadas a generacionales, brechas digitales vinculadas a la vulnerabilidad social y a la falta de recursos en los entornos sociales con menos recursos. En este sentido, hemos trabajado intensamente con todos los agentes económicos y sociales de nuestra ciudad, con las empresas, pero también con el tejido social, con los centros de conocimiento, las universidades y también de forma coordinada con el resto de administraciones estatales y regionales, y ahora también, evidentemente, con Europa, para conseguir alianzas y complicidades que nos unifiquen, nos marquen un compromiso unitario. Como decía antes, ese compromiso unitario es conseguir que todas las personas, todos los ciudadanos y las ciudadanas de Sant Boi, pero también de Europa, puedan incorporar el uso de las herramientas digitales en su vida cotidiana con normalidad y que no generen ningún tipo de discriminación. Porque el derecho digital nos vincula como derecho de ciudadanía a otros derechos fundamentales. En estos momentos, no tener competencias claras en el uso de la transición digital, en el uso de las herramientas digitales y tecnológicas puede impedir acceder, por ejemplo, a una consulta médica. Puede impedir, por ejemplo, acceder a una formación universitaria. Puede impedir, por ejemplo, a tener una oportunidad laboral y eso no podemos permitirlo como administraciones públicas que tenemos que generar igualdad de oportunidades en todos nuestros ciudadanos y ciudadanas. Por eso para nosotros es muy importante copresidir este movimiento, esta asamblea digital Living-in.EU, pero en el marco de Eurocities, porque queremos que la voz de los municipios, que la voz de del entorno local se escuche en Europa, esté presente en las decisiones de las administraciones y de las instituciones europeas a la hora de marcar directrices estratégicas vinculadas a la transformación digital. Y esa voz del mundo local significa tener en cuenta a todos los ciudadanos y ciudadanas y no dejar a nadie atrás. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much for underlining indeed the possibility also of local authorities to involve the different stakeholders, because we cannot solve it only alone with the public administration, but we also need to involve the different stakeholders and also, of course, again, to emphasize on the social aspects, I think, of the digital transformation. And thank you, both of you, for having taken over this important role. I will now hand over to our keynote speaker, and as I said, we are here in the Committee of the Regions, and it's not randomly, it's because there is a lot of work going on here, and I'm very happy that Guido Rink, who is the Vice Mayor of the Municipality of Emmen and who is member of the Committee of the Regions, and the spokesman of the regulation on artificial intelligence here in the Committee of the Regions, to share a little bit about the work that is being doing here. And at the end of your presentation, we will also have then a video message also from Marku Makula. Please join us at the panel.
So, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me here, and thank to the organization for having me here, and for the opportunity to speak to you about the digital transition and at this digital assembly. So, digitalization is the oxygen that will help create the alternative to solve our societal challenges. Oh, sorry. This can only be so if it's human-centered and in balance with nature, and therefore improving the quality of life for everyone. So digitalization is not about technology. Digital transformation is a societal challenge where technology should be intuitive. My name is Guido Rink, and as a member of the Committee of the Regions, I've written several advisory reports on artificial intelligence, which has been a great honor for me. And in my daily life, already mentioned, I'm Vice Mayor of the municipality of Emmen. And fun fact, the 3 billion people using a mobile phone from Oulu, as the mayor referred to, they all use technology from our municipality because we have developed Bluetooth in our municipality. We had an Ericsson facility, and the Dutchman Jaap Haatsen invented it, and so the key of the basis from Bluetooth is in our municipality. So it's a fun fact. I'm a proud mayor of Emmen, of course. Vice mayor, not mayor, sorry. Yeah, there are some Dutch people here. You can see, the Committee of the Regions, the municipality of Emmen, but also a member of the Committee Europe and International of the Dutch Association of Municipalities. So it's really an experience in multi-layered governance. And from my own experience, I truly believe that we all need all layers of government, and as well as public-private partnership to really make a change. And public-private partnership is really important, and the Committee of the Region, together with multiple European networks, therefore started, of course, the movement Living-in.EU. Accelerating European digital transformation, where bottom-up and top-down strategies, initiatives and knowledge exchange meet, and we are on track. The digital decade is the compass that guides us and sets the results for Europe. And over the last 5 years, the boundaries were set via the digital rule book, and based on European values and our way of living, human-centered. Via the European Digital Infrastructure Consortium, also ADIC, the funding conditions are in place. So we can definitely say the effects are visible. To cite Corey Gray, the president of the Smart City Council worldwide, he mentioned big tech do not have customers, they have hostages. Therefore, to guarantee a just digital transition, we need regulating instruments. And they are in place via the Digital Service Act, the DSA, and the Digital Markets Act, the DMA. Current lawsuits prove the impact of the regulatory frameworks, and the arrest of the CEO of Telegram proves the impact. And through the principles, what's illegal offline should be illegal online, difficulties will be regulated. Apple and Meta announced to stop the development of AI in the European market, and we all think it's a threat, but it is not. It's a big opportunity. And how are we going to do that? New ideas aren't innovations until we apply them. So, implementation is the key to success. And this is one of the top priorities of the new political guidelines of Ursula von der Leyen. And we need deregulation in the internal market, we need codifying policy through AI, and we need stimulating the internal market of startup and scale-ups. The other priority on the new political guidelines are the clean industry, to secure the sovereignty of the Europe in the world. But how do we start? We start through missions, where our citizens, businesses and communities are in the center, supporting the twin transition and accelerating a fully circular economy, with a strong focus on sustainable growth, overcoming the various silos and creating innovation all over Europe. To support this transformation, we need a strong industry. But it's not easy. How do we create a digital industry based on European values? How do we create industries based on European priorities as clean energy, biodiversity, urban air mobility, and bio-based building? Creating a business is challenging. Building an industry that will secure the future of our Europe needs a moonshot. So, let's think big, start small, and scale fast. And what better way to start together? Together in this Living-in-EU movement, the movement that connects, driven on shared values and really improving life of our citizens, our businesses, our communities and our cities. So I'm proud to stand here, and I can't wait to work with you in leading the journey towards 2030. In uncertain times we create perspective and an alternative. And let's look today as a next step and decide what the steps for the upcoming year will be together. Thank you.
Cities and regions, they often lack information on the impact of their investments in digital innovation. And they are unaware what solutions already exist, what's been implemented successfully elsewhere. To tackle this data gap, because data is crucial, the CR has contributed to the development of the new practical tool, that's Lordimas. It is a self-service tool based on a short questionnaire. It's not only about benchmarking, it's more about bench learning. Do not hesitate, join us and share your achievements, your best practices, and join us in the joy of learning from each other. Lordimas is here for you.
Thanks a lot for your keynote speak, Guido, and also for this word on Lordimas, which is indeed an interesting tool as well to use, and I encourage you to discover it, of course. We will now have a panel discussion, and beyond our two co-chairs, we have two other participants on the panel. On my left, we have Anis Gulbis, who is the director of the Riga Digital Agency. So you have a huge experience both in the private sector and then now for the city administration to improve and develop business through effective use of data and technology that benefits customers and employees. And we have next to you Sophie Valdener-Rato, who is the delegate for digital transformation at the Burgundy-Franche-Comté Regional Council. So you are also having an important role in working also at the director of the Regional Agency for Digital and Artificial Intelligence. And it's, I think, important to have in this panel, because it's also part of the Living-in-EU movement, both the political side and the administration, because you are also then delivering a lot. So I'm looking forward to an interesting discussion. And the idea is both to see to what extent regions and cities can actually contribute to both fostering technical innovation, because there are a lot of elements, and you mentioned it, we are already thinking about 6G, for example, so we need to look forward. And as you mentioned it as well, these innovations are taking place in cities and regions, of course. They are not happening somewhere in the sky. They are located locally, and I think it's again, not randomly that these innovations take place in cities, because it's in cities that you can bring together different talents, having to different stakeholders working together. So we are going to discuss this dimension. And then, of course, the people-centered digital transformation. So we already mentioned the need sometimes of regulation and the new mandate of the EU institutions. It's a lot about implementation, but still also, I think, some new regulations that we need as well, and to make sure that we make progress on digital rights, of course, and of course the dimension of inclusion, because it was underlined also very importantly that we need to make sure that digital transformation leaves no one behind, which is an important issue as well. So I would start this first round with Arnis. Could you please tell us a little bit more about how the Riga Digital Agency brings together different stakeholders to implement indeed your digital strategy?
Yes. Hi everyone. Nice to meet you. The first thing I want to say is that we have joined this movement quite recently. Actually, a year ago, we were the ones who were signing this agreement here in Brussels. So I can prove that the system works, the movement works, if you are active and if you are communicating with another system, cities, and finding partners. You can apply for the projects, and it gives you a real boost for your digital transformation. It worked for Riga. It will work for any other city as well. So, but about how Riga Digital Agency is bringing together different stakeholders is the first one is that we are new as an agency. We are based on as a ex ICT department who was supporting Riga City Council, and the main thing is that the role of agency has been significantly changed due this previous role to the new role, and this it's the main goal is to bring together various stakeholders like city officials, national government bodies, academia, private sector institutions, and also startup ecosystem, which helps us effectively to bring the new knowledge and new ideas into the at least on a planning level or to trial period. So, but our approach is mainly roasted on collaboration, inclusivity, and innovations, and of course the general digital understanding and explaining to the people what can this as a digital part, as a tool, can bring to the city, to the citizens, to the process efficiency, and so on. So yeah, and this, I'm sure that we can benefit like all the sectors. And at the municipal level, the Riga Digital Agency, we are working closely with all kind of to improve, enhance municipal services through the digitalization, through the new tools, through the more convenient tools for the citizens. Also improving the Riga city infrastructure, automating daily processes, and enabling data-driven decision-making process, which is quite important, as I'm sure you know it. And we are, as a city, we are on a start of this journey, but I believe we can, during like last years, we have done more than usual, for sure. And that's also on a national level. We are cooperating. We should cooperate with all kind of ministries and of education, of smart development and regional development, Ministry of Economics, and etc. Because from geography side, the Riga is part of the whole country. So we are. That's if in other countries the cities are more split around the country and more equal, then Riga is more, I would say, more than 50% of all the economy, and that's why our role in this process is very crucial and important. So, and I'm as a representative from the Riga city, I'm part of a member of the IT Council of the regional IT development as well. So that's that keeps helps and somehow also pushes some common interest to the national level as well. So, and also the academia and universities. One of the priorities for the Riga city is we have signed collaboration memorandum with all the biggest universities, and to have this academic input for development and testing and this expedite project, for example. And of course the private sector, we are working with companies, with startups, to get the new knowledge, new technologies, new way of thinking, and so on, like for the smart traffic systems, urban mobility, data analytics and management. So we are, as a facilitator, I would say, of the public-private partnership, supported by EU-funded projects, and of course the international collaboration and experience exchange. So they are by participation in EU programs like CEF Digital, Horizon Europe, Interreg, Lord Dimas, EDIC. We believe that it will give us like very strong boost on future development.
Thanks a lot for giving these concrete examples about what you're doing and underlining again the possibility to have the different stakeholders working together. And also I found it very interesting that you mentioned also the role that you have as a city to support the national level. Often we tend to say that there's a kind of opposition between national levels and the city level, but you actually say that you can also support what is happening at the national level, in particular in your context, of course.
For sure, there was this opposition, but the times has been changed and understanding of the common goals and rules, and it has been growing, and that's why we are on the same page now.
Good, great. Gives some hope for the future. I will hand over to Lluïsa. Sunboy has, as you have said, a strong focus on digital inclusion and people-centered approach. Could you give us some example to explain why it is so important? And also, could you let us know what kind of challenges you face and what you expect from the EU level with the Living-in.EU movement, for example? How can we support you?
Muchas gracias. Lo decía el compañero de Riga, necesitamos alianzas horizontales y verticales. Horizontales en los entornos territoriales con todos los agentes público-privados que trabajan en un mismo territorio. Evidentemente, distintos niveles de la administración, pero también alianzas con el tejido productivo, con las empresas y, sobre todo, con las entidades sociales y los centros de conocimiento. Y luego, evidentemente, en este caso, también con las instituciones europeas, ¿no? Porque son también de donde se marcan las lógicas comunes y las directrices comunes para todos los Estados miembros. En Sunboy tenemos claro que uno de los elementos más importantes es generar esas alianzas que sean sólidas y, sobre todo, que se basen en la corresponsabilidad. Porque la transición digital y la transformación, que no tiene marcha atrás, que es incuestionable y que todo lo que hace es avanzar, incorporando nuevas herramientas, nuevos instrumentos que cada vez impactan más directamente en la vida cotidiana de los ciudadanos y las ciudadanas, eso nos interpela a todos y a todas. Por lo tanto, significa que todos y todas somos corresponsables de buscar soluciones en ese sentido, que tienen que ver con, evidentemente, con el desarrollo económico, por lo tanto, con la generación de prosperidad, que tiene que ver con la sostenibilidad ambiental y, por lo tanto, con la lucha contra el cambio climático y la crisis climática, lo que tiene que ver también con la desactivación de las desigualdades sociales, ¿no? Yo creo que ahí el papel de la transición digital, de la transformación digital, es donde nos hemos centrado también en esa lógica de desactivar todo tipo de desigualdades. Ahí hemos trabajado, como decía antes, con todos los agentes de la ciudad para crear una ciudad, como decíamos antes, digitalmente inclusiva, que garantice el derecho digital y, por lo tanto, que todos los servicios de la ciudad sean accesibles a todos los ciudadanos y a todas las ciudadanas, de esa lógica a garantizar un acceso en igualdad de oportunidades a los instrumentos digitales. Por lo tanto, hemos hecho todo tipo de proyectos vinculados con la dotación de instrumentos en todos los equipamientos y espacios públicos y los servicios públicos que están centrados en atender a los ciudadanos desde distintas perspectivas, tanto del ámbito de la salud como del ámbito de la educación, como del ámbito de la atención ciudadana, etcétera. Y una de las lógicas que también innovación que uno de los creemos elemento innovador es identificar claramente y diagnosticar claramente que hay una serie de sectores de la población que, a pesar de que se les facilite formación digital, digital, el acceso a competencias digitales, seguirían teniendo problemas para tramitar, para a gestionar digitalmente ciertos servicios. Y por eso hemos trabajado conjuntamente con la universidad, una universidad que está ubicada en nuestra ciudad, el campus universitario de San Juan de Dios, está vinculada a la Universidad de Barcelona, una formación que está dentro de la Ley de Universidades de España, que se llama microcredenciales universitarias, vinculados a un nuevo perfil profesional que se llama el mentor digital, o un asistente que es el lógico de acompañar digitalmente a los ciudadanos y a las ciudadanas con más dificultades para que no se sientan discriminados por esas carencias digitales, ¿no? Y entonces hemos hecho una primera edición de esa formación conjunta entre la universidad y el ayuntamiento. Es una formación público-privada dirigida a una primera promoción de personas que son profesionales, técnicos y técnicas de servicios públicos y de servicios de atención a los ciudadanos y ciudadanas para, aparte de tener competencias digitales, es cómo acompañar, aprendan a cómo acompañar, hacer esa lógica de mentoring, esa lógica de acompañamiento, cómo acompañar a los ciudadanos y ciudadanas a tramitar, a acceder a sus lógicas digitales. Esos conocimientos, evidentemente, son muy diversos, porque no solamente tienen que ver con conocer herramientas digitales y con facilitar la tramitación, sino también con trabajar aspectos vinculados con la empatía, con hacer amables el acceso a las tecnologías, porque hay personas que, si no lo viven desde esa perspectiva, se autoexcluyen y ya no quieren intentarlo. Y eso está generando desigualdades. Por lo tanto, tiene que haber también un acompañamiento personal, un acompañamiento basado en la empatía, un acompañamiento que tenga que ver, evidentemente, con facilitar ese acceso, ese irrumpir, ¿no? Y llegar a la transición digital, pero acompañado de la mano de alguien que te está haciendo llegar a asumir ese nuevo derecho digital, pero sobre todo sin que se sientas discriminado ni te autoexcluyas. Entonces, esa promoción de asesores o de lógica de mentores, ¿no? De mentores digitales, ya tenemos la primera promoción, están distribuidos por todos los servicios públicos de la ciudad y están acompañando y atendiendo a nuestros ciudadanos y a nuestras ciudadanas, especialmente los más vulnerables y los que tienen más problemas de brechas digitales, para que lleguen a la digitalización progresivamente y sobre todo en positivo y no como un imperativo.
Thank you for this very concrete example. Indeed, there is a lot of support needed by people that are excluded from digital transformation. And I have a lot of examples, indeed, of cities and regions that do this kind of proximity support. And then I think we are going to discuss it also a little bit later. There's also the question of financing this kind of support. And there it's also maybe a future role of the European Commission. Mirja, Oulu, you are very well known as a hub for innovation, and you have a huge track record of many innovations in digital and beyond. Can you explain a little bit your secret, if you want to share it, of course, and how other cities can learn from it and become as innovative as your city is?
Thank you about this huge thing that we have to answer secrets that I can explain to you. But I'm very proud to let you know that Oulu is one of the finalists in European iCapital Awards. And I will answer your question by using some of the words that iCapital jury said about us, about Oulu city. And I will point three answers. One is that Oulu stands out a city where innovation and nature coexist. And the second one is that Oulu foster an atmosphere of innovation, driving by curiosity and a commitment to improving citizens' lives. And the last one is it's about Oulu aims to cultivate of humanity, cheerful atmosphere through a cutting-edge technology, entrepreneurship, and a culture of experimentations. And I want to summarize this collaboration with shared vision and goals in our receipt of the success, and how we are handling this question, how we are doing together in Oulu region to be top of the list, to being a high-tech and ICT sector in top of the level. And the secret is that to this purpose, one of the main tools is the City Coordinated Oulu Innovation Alliance. And you already heard about what Riga is doing. They have their own digital agency, and also in your city you have alliance things where you get together all those people and who are dealing with ICT technology. And this Innovation Alliance, it's a well-known innovation ecosystem bringing together university, research institutions, and business with the city and our citizens as well. And Oulu Innovation Alliance has a strong focus on collaboration and openness as well. Collaboration is based on a forward-looking strategy agreement. Oulu joint vision to be a European best ecosystem to produce global added value through the digitalization. Focus area are urban environment and infrastructure, well-being and health, sustainable circular economy and clean solutions. And Oulu Innovation Alliance aims to boost entrepreneurship and startups with various innovatives and platforms such as Smart Startup Station. We have that one in our center. Proof of concept funding and polar pair pitching, which is really, really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, big applause and crossing fingers, of course, for iCapital. Yeah, it's interesting to see indeed that, again, the human and the ecological perspectives are part of your secret. So you could think that it's a technological aspect. So thank you for underlining this once again. Sophie, moving to you, could you tell us a little bit more about the role of regions in supporting also smaller municipalities in achieving digital transformation and your central role also in creating an inclusive digital innovation ecosystem?
Merci. Merci André. Effectivement, la région Bourgogne-Franche-Comté est une région extrêmement rurale. Pour donner quelques chiffres pour nous positionner, on est moins de 3 millions d'habitants, une densité au kilomètre carré de 60 habitants au kilomètre carré. J'ai fait une petite comparaison avec la Belgique puisque nous sommes à Bruxelles. C'est un territoire 1,5 fois plus gros que la Belgique et 5 fois moins dense. Donc avec de très nombreuses petites communes, petites municipalités, 3700 entités, donc un paysage très fragmenté. Et dans ces 3700 entités, 90% ont moins de 1000 habitants. Du coup, quand on parle de transformation numérique à cette échelle-là, c'est très très compliqué. Je dirais qu'aujourd'hui, le premier sujet, c'est même avoir conscience de l'enjeu et de comprendre les enjeux pour les maires, pour les élus, pour les fonctionnaires, les secrétaires de mairie, c'est comme ça qu'on appelle les personnes en charge de l'administration publique dans ces petites communes. Aujourd'hui, elles sont confrontées à des enjeux bureautiques très basiques, etc. Et quand on arrive pour leur parler de numérique responsable, de cybersécurité, de management par la data, c'est de la science-fiction, c'est surréaliste, ça ne correspond pas à leur quotidien. Et le rôle de la région là-dedans, c'est vraiment ce rôle d'ensemblier, de lien. Alors, il y a le lien entre, mon collègue en parlait, le niveau européen, raison pour laquelle nous sommes ici, le niveau national et le niveau local. Et il y a le lien entre ces écosystèmes d'innovation sur lesquels la région est en charge en termes de recherche, d'économie, c'est les compétences en France des régions, et ces acteurs très locaux. Mais surtout, en tout cas, la façon dont nous on travaille, c'est, et j'étais en charge de ça à la région avant, c'est une question d'aménagement du territoire et d'attractivité. C'est-à-dire qu'aujourd'hui, la transformation numérique, c'est un super enjeu pour ces petites entités, pour résorber cette fracture territoriale. On abolit l'espace et le temps avec le numérique. Et du coup, la question de l'éloignement, la question de... Voilà, ça peut être une énorme chance, mais ça peut être un énorme handicap. Il y a un philosophe de la technique et de la technologie français qui dit que le numérique, c'est un pharmacon, c'est à la fois le poison et le remède. Et ben c'est ça le sujet, et du coup l'aménagement du territoire tel que la résorption, l'inclusion de ces petites entités, c'est bien la responsabilité, on pense que c'est vraiment la responsabilité de la région que d'emmener ce collectif sur ces enjeux-là. Et donc qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Faut un peu donner du sens, donc il faut faire un peu de la stratégie, il faut expliquer, il faut avoir des objectifs, il faut avoir un plan, il faut avoir des outils financiers articulés avec les outils financiers nationaux et européens, et il faut avoir de l'animation. Et on revient au sujet de l'humain et des gens, parce qu'il faut des gens pour porter tout ça, c'est pas un sujet technologique. Et du coup, notre politique publique, elle a évolué de la question de la connexion des citoyens. On a aidé à déployer la fibre, il faut que tout le monde ait accès à Internet, etc., pour avoir des services, à la question des usages. C'est-à-dire, qu'est-ce qu'on fait des tuyaux? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait de cette... et comment on montre qu'il y a des sujets à prendre en charge. Et des fois, ce n'est pas évident. Par exemple, je prends la cybersécurité. C'est très, très compliqué d'expliquer à une petite commune qu'il va falloir qu'elle paye 1 000 € pour avoir des sauvegardes, pour avoir un coffre-fort de mots de passe, enfin des choses très simples. Sauf que le jour où elle n'a pas ça et où elle se fait attaquer, on a des tas de témoignages. Pour une municipalité, se faire hacker, se retrouver dans le noir du jour au lendemain, ça veut dire ne pas payer ses salariés, ne pas enterrer les gens, excusez-moi, mais c'est le logiciel de cimetière, quand il ne marche plus, on n'enterre pas les gens, et on donne plus on a du mal à gérer la cantine pour les enfants des écoles. Enfin, c'est des choses hyper concrètes. Voilà.
Yeah, thanks a lot also for showing that it's important to be very concrete and to show always the added value, of course, of these different, sometimes complex transformations, and then to convince and to embark all the different stakeholders, in particular smaller cities as well. I will have a second round now where I will invite you to be a little bit shorter, because we have to respect the time, and also the Living-in.EU family is growing, so there is a signatory process at the end as well. So to Mirja and Anis, I have a question regarding the role of managing the ecosystem. You already mentioned it, both of you, in your presentations, and to explain a little bit how concretely you are doing it. Do you have some specific tools to bring together all these different stakeholders, and also to what extent you are using European projects already, and if you can add also what you're expecting from the new EU institutions to do it even better. Is it only about funding, or do you expect something else, maybe recognition via an award? So Mirja and then Arnis.
Thank you. I think the cities and municipalities are in a good position to provide a platform for businesses to test their solutions and for citizen services in an urban environment. And that's the city's role to keep up the work that we have. We have hubs, we have alliance, we have the place where people, businesses, and the citizens can meet and they can solve the problem how to use digitalization in their daily life. And the rule of cities are to keep on this movement going on to use the tools that we have in cities. And I have two small example what we have made as city services. One is the water test bed. Is a joint project of the University of Oulu and the city-owned company Oulu, where the water works. And together they build testing and piloting environments for companies and researchers to test and pilot new solutions in a real wastewater supply network. And that's something that we have to go on better, that we will do that with researchers and with university more and more. And the second example is that we have the Oulu Health Lab, which we provide a test and development in environment for health and well-being for health and social and care providers, research and innovations organizations and companies. And I think health solutions are huge opportunity to grow in a business level and also to give better and better services to citizens. And we are right now just taking our new university hospital it's ready, and it will be a really hot spot to use a new ICT technology and give a good services to our citizens and our region's people as well.
And do you have a specific wish? I mean, you're close to Santa Claus, but here you're close to the European Commission. Do you have some specific wish for the next Commission?
We always have the list. I have always list with me that what European Union and the next Commission could do for us. But I think it's a cooperation. Markku Markkula already said in the just a couple of minutes ago that we have to learn each other's good things what is going on, that we don't have we have to rethink everything, but we can learn each other how to do everything. But I believe that in the future 6G is really key and important thing that we can do digitalization in mobility way, and we can use that high level technology in our innovations. So I believe that the Santa Claus will bring me something about considering about the 6G.
Good, thanks a lot. Arnis, same question to you. Do you have some examples about what you are doing in Riga to make this ecosystem working? And do you have some expectations to the next Commission to help you to do it better? Is it more projects or other ideas?
Sorry. Here it is. So, but I believe the students on an academic sector can do the project from anything, but the city should be smart enough to get the real ones which gives value for the citizens and for the city itself. And for sure, there is very effective tools like EU-funded projects they can be very effective tool to be used, and it can create a big added value to our local initiatives, and by providing the resources, expertise, and frameworks. And let me explain how these projects can contribute to the innovation landscape. And first, like EU projects provide substantial financial resources, allowing us to implement large-scale, ambitious projects, what we were not thinking about like 5 years ago. It gives us more motivation to the local people, to the staff in my team as well. So. One of the examples is this 5G for Lives project, funded by CEF digital program. It's meant for 5G infrastructure for public safety, and it will create the safer environment for the citizen. It's a clear goal, and it's very easy to sell the project internally and externally if you have clear goal and clear way have to reach the goal. And this is the major one of the major things. And of course, the project should be replicable. It can be replicable into the other cities. It should not lock with some specific vendor. So there are those basic rules. So if you follow and if you have clear goal and clear plan, have to reach the goal, then it's easy. And of course, the collaboration and knowledge exchange is the crucial. It's eyes opener for everyone. It's easy to sit on your own and think that you are dealing with your own problems, but actually other cities are dealing with the same problems. And you should look more wide. You should communicate with the cities. You should be open, and then the opportunities will come. And of course, as I see how in this EU funded projects are boosting also the smaller cities in Latvia, and there are some projects we have applied together with the other cities, and we see that this activities are supporting the regional development as well. And in our city we have focused on several things, and one of the things is data analytics, and we have created separate team for that, which is working with all the data analytics issues, with combining all the kind of data and placing them on a cloud infrastructure and dealing with the data. And it's I'm saying that to my team as well, that the snowball is starting to roll and it's getting bigger and bigger. And it's in the same way I can say that actually is happening with all the rest of initiatives. And we see that this process has been started, and we should just focus our resources to keep it going. Thank you.
Good. Thanks a lot. For Lluïsa and Sophia, I have a question about the different projects that you develop in order to make sure that you fight against digital inclusion, both at the level of citizens and at the level of smaller cities and towns. And you did some of the projects also with support of the European Union. And same question, could you give some examples and also expectations to the new Commission, maybe Lluïsa starting?
Bueno, en primer lugar, yo también quería poner el énfasis en los ecosistemas, en la gestión de los ecosistemas, ¿no? Es decir, yo creo que esa relación con todos los agentes sociales y económicos y público-privados de los entornos, de las regiones, de los territorios son fundamentales en esa complicidad colectiva, ¿no? A favor de una, como decíamos, de una transición, de una transformación digital que sea útil, ¿no? Que sea útil para todo el mundo, para el desarrollo económico, obviamente, para todo tipo de transiciones y para todo tipo de planteamientos de futuro, ¿no? Que es necesario y que son incuestionables. Evidentemente los fondos europeos son importantísimos, especialmente para las ciudades medianas y pequeñas, porque antes lo han dicho, nos permiten tener recursos o más recursos, evidentemente, para muchas veces replicar experiencias que ya se han realizado en otros municipios, ¿no? Lo de inventar es complicado cuando ya hay experiencias, buenas prácticas que ya existen y que lo que falta es recursos para aplicarlas, ¿no? En nuestro caso, en Sant Boi, por ejemplo, que es una ciudad, como decíamos, intermedia metropolitana, los recursos europeos nos han ayudado, por ejemplo, a acceder a un instrumento muy útil para la planificación estratégica de la ciudad, como son los gemelos digitales, que están como muy reservados para grandes ciudades, para grandes metrópolis, y los entornos más medianos y pequeños son más complicados. Entonces, pues evidentemente, gracias a estos recursos hemos podido diseñar y estamos diseñando gemelos digitales para distintas lógicas de planificación estratégica de la ciudad, del espacio público, entre otras cosas, pero también pues por de la seguridad ciudadana y de otras iniciativas. Evidentemente, luego aplicar instrumentos que ya existen, como l'Ordimas, ¿no? Nos ha ayudado, evidentemente, a tener un instrumento de rigor que nos ayuda, pues, a tener una aproximación diagnóstica a nuestro nivel digital, ¿no? Con esa doble mirada interna de la propia organización, de la administración, ¿sí? ¿Cuál es nuestra madurez digital, ¿no? Porque una ciudad digamos, puntera o avanzada digitalmente necesita una administración local también que esté comprometida con eso. Entonces, los demás nos han ayudado a mirar ayuda a tener esa idea clara, diagnóstica realmente dónde están nuestros puntos fuertes, dónde están nuestros puntos débiles y cómo avanzar y mejorar ahí, pero también hacer un diagnóstico de nuestra ciudad y de todos los agentes que están trabajando en nuestra ciudad en ese sentido. Y otro elemento importante con fondos europeos, por ejemplo, es cómo estamos transformando todos los espacios públicos, todos los equipamientos y el espacio público, las plazas, los entornos de convivencia ciudadana, en espacios digitales, en espacios donde los ciudadanos y las ciudadanas pueden también aplicar instrumentos que les ayude, pues, a acceder a servicios, en los equipamientos, por ejemplo, ¿no? Acceder a servicios, a comunicarse, a tener entornos y plataformas relacionales con empresas, con realidades académicas, etcétera, ¿no? Entonces, yo creo que los fondos europeos, que los proyectos europeos lo que nos ayudan es decir, la estrategia existe, es decir, la ciudad ya tiene su estrategia. Esos fondos europeos nos dan más recursos para que esa estrategia sea más rápida y acelerar los procesos, ¿no? Y sobre todo para incorporar y transferir experiencias y buenas prácticas que aprendemos de otros. Yo creo que eso es uno de los elementos en los que yo pondría el énfasis.
Thanks a lot for giving these concrete examples. Sophie?
Yes, oui. Alors, sur la question du rôle, comme vous m'avez présenté, j'ai une double casquette. La casquette de l'échelle régionale qui planifie et qui fait de la stratégie, mais aussi, de façon en tout cas temporaire, celle de diriger une agence opérationnelle qui va aider les petits porteurs de projets, les petites municipalités à se saisir de la transformation numérique. Et pour moi, le mode opératoire effectivement idéal dans notre problématique, c'est la mutualisation. Parce que voilà, sinon on n'y arrive pas. Et le fait de pouvoir, en tant que mutualisateur, agence régionale du numérique et de l'intelligence artificielle, aller chercher des fonds européens, effectivement, c'est très très précieux et ça évite à chacun de faire ses petites expériences dispersées, sans transfert, sans économie d'échelle, etc. Des exemples, aujourd'hui, on a deux choses qui fonctionnent. On a ce qu'on appelle un CICERT, donc un centre de réponse à incidents de cybersécurité. C'est comme les urgences à l'hôpital, on décroche, voilà, on est attaqué, qu'est-ce qui se passe, comment on fait, etc. Et ça, c'est via la France, ça a été financé par des fonds européens. Autre exemple, là aussi, dans le cadre des plans de relance, on est en train de construire une infrastructure régionale de la donnée mutualisée, c'est-à-dire une espèce de toolbox, de boîte à outils pour gérer le traitement de la donnée. Collecter, traiter, stocker de la donnée pour des communes, des municipalités plus petites. On essaye aussi d'aller chercher des choses peut-être plus pointues, à plus haute valeur ajoutée. Je pense au call de la DG Connect sur la cybersécurité qui sortent là sur les SOC, les centres opérationnels de supervision cybersécurité, ou DS4SCC sur les data space. Donc on essaye de se mettre un peu à toutes les échelles en allant du haut du spectre vers des choses plus en application. Mais puisque vous demandiez la lettre au Père Noël, qu'est-ce qu'on peut souhaiter, etc. Le sujet derrière, c'est les gens. C'est-à-dire qu'on peut avoir les plus belles technologies du monde, les plus beaux outils mutualisés. Et on a parlé d'implementation. Le passage vraiment sur le terrain, ça suppose une médiation, comme dans le sujet de la médiation avec les citoyens. Et ça, on aurait vraiment besoin que le niveau européen se penche sur le financement à la fois de la montée en compétences, tout ce qui est formation, etc., des agents publics, aux problématiques de transformation numérique, et aussi, quand je parlais du CICERT, les gens qui décrochent, il faut les payer. Donc, quelque part, à un moment donné, alors ça ne peut pas être pour la vie, hein, mais pour initier les modèles, il nous faudrait pouvoir aussi financer de l'ingénierie sur des territoires qui ne peuvent pas se les payer. Et même dans une structure mutualisée, même en mutualisation, c'est compliqué, au moins au démarrage, quand on n'est pas quand on est sur des champs un peu en avance de phase, de convaincre chacun de prendre son destin en main et de cotiser à la mutualisation. Au départ, il faut un booster. Et c'est vrai que les fonds européens là-dessus seraient précieux, je pense.
Thanks a lot, and I think this is really an important point that we hear from a lot of regions and cities indeed, that we need to think about how we can ensure that in particular European support is not only on infrastructures and goods, but also on the human side indeed, and because you need people still to use it. So thanks to the four of you for these really interesting inputs, experiences from your cities and regions, and also for being quite clear on what you are expecting. And I think it was very useful. And we will now have Martin Bailey, who is the head of the unit AI for Societal Good from the European Commission, to let us know a little bit whether it's in line with the new strategies and priorities of the European Commission. What are your plans for the future? Whether some of the ideas are already integrated, and also how you think that in the future you're going to involve local and regional authorities in the implementation of the different objectives of the digital decade. Thanks a lot, Martin, for joining us on the stage.
Okay, I hope everyone can hear me. Thank you very much for welcoming me here today. and I'm very happy to be here, and very happy to see so many of you and so many familiar faces and new faces. I think that was quite an intro for me, inviting to speak on a number of issues. I rarely give speeches as such, more sort of presentations, but I'm happy to say a few closing remarks. But I'll start off by saying something very obvious, that of course the Commission is continuing to support the digital transformation of cities and communities, particularly in the light of the growing significance of artificial intelligence. And in fact, structurally, the unit that I run and a number of the colleagues are here now representing us. So far from abandoning our aims and our policies on digital transformation, we've actually integrated them into the European AI Office. And so while we're no longer called the Unit for Technologies for Smart Communities, we're AI for Societal Good, and we're part of the AI Office. And we've taken all our files with us as a structural point. And I think being part of the AI Office, it does give us additional prominence, not only to the work we do, but also the work we are helping to supply and support for cities and our communities. In terms of our main policy anchors, you're all familiar with both the Digital Decade Report 2024. You may not have read all of it, or either the Draghi report in all its 400-odd pages. But there they significantly call for increasing public investment and private investment in digital networks and technologies. Concretely, the Draghi report advocates for substantial investment to achieve the EU's Digital Decade 2030 goals. So there is a strong read across in both the documents. And of course, we will look out to you that you help push and try to attain this support in your local, regional, national, and then at European levels. And furthermore, in terms of managing the twin transitions, the digital and the green transition, this is also clearly a major priority for us. Going back to the Draghi report, this emphasizes the role of digital technologies in supporting Europe's green transition, and specifically through AI technologies such as digital twins, which have been mentioned just now. The State of the Digital Decade report echoes these considerations, stressing how digital innovation can optimize energy consumption and help Europe's carbon footprint, and this at a very local level as well as a macro level. What we're doing concretely, I think one of the most exciting developments at the end of last year and this year has been our EDIC, the European Digital Infrastructure Consortium, which was set up by the Commission to mobilize investments and to enhance cooperation among member states for achieving digital decade goals. Ours has a unique quality which we'll go on to. As you know, our digital twin, our EDIC, we call it just our EDIC, but it's the local digital twin EDIC towards the cityverse. It's probably the longest name in the multiverse, let alone the cityverse. And that's going to be established formally on the 4th of November in Valencia, and I hope many of you will be joining for that. As you know, the idea is to work on creating an EU-wide ecosystem for AI-driven solutions, services, and platforms, with a particular focus on scaling up innovations. An example of this is our local digital twin toolbox, which my unit is currently developing with the contractors. And the idea of this is we're building these digital tools for local digital twins, and we'll hand them over to the EDIC once they are up and developing. So I said our EDIC is slightly unique from the other ones, in that its membership is not only offered to member states, but also to cities, public institutions, and if I'm not mistaken, to universities as well, if they're public universities. And this gives an extra depth and participation to what is very important, of course, in this digital twin transition, it comes down to cities. It has this local element. And I recall that there was some debate in the House as to whether this should be only a member state led EDIC, but our Director General, Roberto Viola, was very specific that he said this structure must take on board and have the active participation in cities, and so such it is. We will also continue to ensure, or try to ensure, that we will get more public funding through our Digital Europe program for our EDIC, for developing the EDIC and tools. It's not something we can guarantee, so of course we need support from the communities and then the various bodies in which you are represented. Just here in collaboration with our host, the Committee of the Regions today, we've already mentioned the Loremas, so there's no need for me to go over that, but it's a very important tool. It's a dynamic tool that allows, it's not this sort of dry sort of digitalization roadmaps, but it allows, it gives states, it gives cities, gives communities this capacity to revisit and update their digitalization strategies as they evolve. So I won't go into more detail on that, but I think there's already been quite some discussion. Talking about specific funding we're running at the moment, which I will make another advert. I mean, I know we've already had our open days, but for our European data spaces for smart communities, there's an open call, the second round of open call for pilots, and that closes on the 30th of November, so please be aware. And another terrible acronym which we develop in our unit, we have another program under the DEP, Digital Europe program, and it's Towards the Networked Local Digital Twins in the EU. And that closes on the 21st of November. It has three aims: the technical interconnection of existing local digital twins, the creation of local digital twins based on common needs, and adding new advanced AI-based tools to the local digital twin toolbox. So local digital twin toolbox, which we are running now, which we're developing under procurement, which is fully funded by the EU. Here we have, under the DEP, another tool to build onto this. So my final note just to say is the EDIC seems to be going very well. I'll make a final publicity announcement for that. So the fourth in Valencia. We're currently at 13 member states, and we're hoping to get the 14th soon. It started slow, but it's gathered a lot of momentum. So there's still a chance to be one of the founding members. And of course, once it's legally established, then the cities can join in their own right. So I will stop there. Thank you very much. I wanted to be brief, and I hope I have been. So thank you, and hope to see you all later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Martin, for this very relevant information. And indeed, I think the expectations are high, but you are already doing quite a lot of work. And thank you for reminding also some of the key dates to have everybody having it in mind. So we will now move to the signatory ceremony, because, as I said, the family is growing. We have 9 new signatories, so it's a good thing to see, and I think we have been very convincing in showing the impact of joining this movement indeed. And I also wanted to take the opportunity to thank the team, Rodolphe and Gabriela in particular, for having developed all this, and they will help me for the last part of the session, the signing moment. So each of the different actors that is going to sign will be called on stage to sign the document, and then we have the possibility, of course, to take some pictures there. So normally everything should run smoothly, I think. And maybe you can come back, Martin, to the stage with me for the photo session. Yeah. So I will call first of all Sant from the Netherlands. had no choice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.